Good evening, everyone. It's fantastic to see all of you here today. Thank you for choosing to be the part of this powerful learning space. We are super excited to have you with us. A big, energetic shout out to our incredible guest, Dr. Mishra. Before we dive in, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce the amazing individual who will be leading us through today's session, Ms. Suneeta Lawrence. Suneeta offers learning facilitation and coaching for leaders and working professionals who wants to get unstuck, strengthen their personal effectiveness and energy, navigate change with greater ease, both in their work and personal lives. As a professional coach, she partners with diverse stakeholders and organizations to deliver impactful coaching and learning experiences across industries. With over 2,300 hours of coaching experience, she has worked with clients across India, Asia Pacific region, Australia, Europe, and the USA. She facilitates public and corporate workshops, webinars, and virtual sessions focused on performance, productivity, career development, interviewing, holistic well being, mindfulness, and work life integration. Her 27-year career spans a wide range of roles, including 16 years across all functions of HR in leading MNCs, 8 of them in leadership position. In 2015, she transitioned into full-time professional coaching, consulting, and workshop facilitation. With that, now I invite Suneeta to take the session forward. Over to you, Suneeta.
Thank you so much, Abhirami. So, dear friends, all of you who are here, Abhirami is the community coordinator and program coordinator with Guiding Light Coaching, and she's supporting us, hosting us today. So, thank you so much for your support, Abhirami.
Thank you, Suneeta.
Okay, it's my pleasure to um, invite our guest today, Dr. Simmi Mishra. Um, The first time I got to know about her was last year when I read about a book club that she started. And what really inspires me about her is the many roles that she plays with so much grace and ease. Um, Doctor, coach, um, a woman entrepreneur, mentor, a mother, a wife, and so much more. And to me, she's been a major inspiration. And I also remember very dearly last year when Shrikant started the gratitude circle. I really couldn't engage much at that point of time. And the next cycle was led by her in December 2024. And the way she inspired the entire circle to share, the way she was sharing really was really touching and motivational for me. And something that really stands out about Simi is her empathy, her compassion, her kindness, her knowledge, her willingness to share what she's learned, and her keenness to support women who are on the entrepreneurial journey and women coaches specifically. I've seen her grow so much in the last few years, ever since I've come across her. She's amongst the top mentors and coaches on TopMate today. And she's a big inspiration for me. So she's a medical physician and she's integrating medicine with coaching and mentoring. And today she is going to share about the secrets to what? To powerful discovery sessions and how we could unlock client potential and commitment. Are you all ready? Type yes in the chat box if you're all ready. Yes, yes. Great. We are all excited, Dr. Simi.
Oh, thank you so much, Suneeta, for the introduction. And thank you, Abby, for starting it all for us, making us comfortable, getting us in the space of understanding. Now, it's very interesting, that everybody has written a lot about discovery, that what, brought you to the session today. And this is where exactly it starts. Why should a client reach out to you? This is something I'm just inviting you to reflect for a moment. Why should a client reach out to you? Think about it, and I would invite few of you to share what comes up. Anyone having any ideas? Gagandeep has written problem and solution. Yeah, Dr. Mitu, your hand has gone up.
Yeah, I think their problem, which they are trying to solve and still not able to.
The problem that they're trying to solve and they are still not able to. All
Yeah.
right, okay. Yes, that could be one of them. Sukanya?
And they feel
Oh,
that you
I'm
have the answer. They feel somewhere that, they are resonating what you are offering. They're
Okay,
connecting. Yeah, that is what they are connecting with you. Yes.
right. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Sukanya?
how I see it is, I don't know if a client should reach out, but I'm looking at it as what makes a client reach out. So the would factor, it would be if I can provide some sort of a value addition. There's something that they need, and they come across probably my profile, or just maybe if I'm positioning myself in an appropriate manner, there would be some amount of relatability that gets built. So I think it's something that I need to do as well. But that's what would make the client reach out to me, is the value addition to their lives.
Okay. Anybody else has any thoughts? Thank you, Sukanya, for bringing that up. Meena?
Maybe, yeah. So maybe when someone is stuck and they don't know how to navigate it, so as a life coach, to make a difference in their life.
Yes. Yes. Sounds the most expected and heard thing out in the market, if I may say, in the business of coaching, if I may say, that someone is stuck and they are looking for a way out. Chanchal.
Yeah, I think I like when people reach out when they are open to see their own work, life, and their own behavior in a different light. Not necessarily when they're stuck. They probably are not even stuck. But if they the willingness to become more, or to just see your own things in a different light, I feel that openness is most important to me as a coach, and also for people who come and talk and who are ready. So yeah, for me it's the openness to see their own life in different fields from a different angle, to expand the awareness basically.
Right. Yes, to expand. And maybe it's nothing but to expand the awareness, to see themselves differently. Uh, it could be Shweta has written something to check the true potential of a different area of life. Okay. Yes, interesting enough. To check if there is any potential in some aspect which they are looking at. Ravi?
They are in need of something and they think I can help them with.
Right. They are in need of something and possibly they can help. Any other thing you would like to add? Anyone? Sushmita?
Yeah, most of them have said a lot of things. What I feel is like, of course, they need some help. They are stuck. But what lures them to approach a coach is like when they find they are convinced that they are getting a safe space where they can be heard, you know, not being judged, and they can just speak it out and be there.
Yes. They think that this could be a safe space free of judgment, and that is why they reach out to you. That's very interesting aspect that you have brought. Uh, so, many things came up. The truth is, as many human beings are there, that many reasons we could possibly have that made them reach out. No one knows. Absolutely no one knows. We think that it's because I'm a coach, it is because of the services I provide, it's because of the programs I have created, it is because of the articles that I'm writing on LinkedIn, it is because of the funnel that I created, or my website, or the optimization that I have done, so on and so forth. The truth is that that moment in their life when they pick up an instrument of communication and take a decision that should I talk to this person? Should I send that DM? Should I? That moment is the moment that holds the entire weight of their life to begin with. And that moment is so sacred that it holds all the secrets together, whether they will hold your hand and partner with you. And if you can approach that moment with curiosity, without preconceived notions, you have unlocked that secret of what a discovery call truly is. There are many ways in the coaching world, what we name the first call. It's called the clarity call. Some people say it's the chemistry call. It could be anything. But truly, if we look at the history of mankind and what we are, it's a discovery because they know something, they are willing to uncover something more, and before they do that, they are able to place faith in a human who could be there when they are doing it. So, while it is for us to see the human who has come to us, it is also the ability to hold yourself to see what the human is seeing about himself or herself. And keep that moment in mind. As soon as the message, there must be so much going on in the mind of that person. So we do not know why it happens. Truly speaking, and I'm not saying this from what I have read, today, whatever I'm presenting, it is from nearly 3 years of experience into coaching. I'm nearing my 2000 hours of coaching. I have spoken to more than 1,000 people one on one. I don't have funnel, I don't have SEO, I do not have any marketing agent, and yet I have conducted more than 5,000 discovery calls till date. So, what I'm sharing is something, if I'm fair enough to show you, these are just two notebooks, and I think I have around 6, 7 of them because after every call that I spoke, I wrote that experience down. What was happening to this person? If the client came back, I made sure if they signed up, I asked them, what truly made you convert and become my client? What was it? I wrote that down. When someone did not come back, I waited and waited and waited. Those who came after 1 year, what happened? We spoke a year back. And though I was in touch, I do not know. I heard the reasons. For those who never came back, I send a note of love and empathy, stating there must be a reason why you did not embark on this journey. I wish you well. That's all. And then a long message is to come, stating what actually happened post that conversation. It went into the notes. Everything has come together into few slides. So that's all that I'll be sharing with you. And as we begin this journey, I would like you to ask me questions that would make it more meaningful for everyone who is present in the session today. It's not about what my learning is, it's about what's coming up in your mind that is going to make this session worthwhile. You're putting in your precious 60 minutes of your life into it. Make sure that you take as much as you can away. So, with that, I'm just sharing. It's a very, very simple presentation. Nothing much, in fact. But yes, we are creatures of habit and we are creatures of having something in front of our eyes. So, this PPT comes up, and the if we begin with, that what is a discovery call, what are the thoughts behind it, what do you truly understand? You have given me a lot of answers that what you think a discovery call is. So we will begin with the basics only. And with every slide, if anything comes up that you would like to say, please raise your hand and say, or you can note down your question and we can have a chat just after the session. So, as you all said, basically, what is a discovery call? It is just nothing but a one on one, space where the coach and client, they are talking about the reality, what motivates them, and the most important thing is the desired future. The desired future is something that makes astrology make money, tarot card readers are making money. I'm a doctor. Let me say, the doctors, we milk it openly, selling a life of health. You can, live up till 80. You can jump with steel knees, and you can have this sort of a brain. So this is a desired future that brings the present moment. It is also an opportunity to identify what truly matters in the moment, address any obstacles to what that matters, and determine, because we are coaches, all of us are coaches here, so determine how coaching can be that support that the client needs in personal or professional growth. And it is a framework, it's a ground where a partnership can begin. You may wonder, you must have heard when Abby was introducing Suneeta, look at her life, look at the experience. Is she only a coach? No, she is a lot more. She's a lot more. Am I only a coach? No, I'm even a lot more. Each of you, you have so much to offer. Coaching is one of the things. But when you embark on a journey with the client may partner with you for numerous other things that you can offer for them in life, whether it is mentorship, whether it's facilitation. Some of my clients, like I'm a doctor, so many of the doctors, they refer their patients when they feel this is not something that is treated with a pill. Can you talk to them? It opens up. Some people have big organizations, can you speak to them? It's something that will build up your own growth, just if you show up as a coach to begin with. So this discovery session is not just about what your services and offerings are as a coach. It is a whole expansive idea of who you truly are. It's the who they connect with. You think you're discovering the who and being very smart at it, not sitting with the what. Self discovery, there's so much. What's your core? What are your limiting beliefs? Trust me, the client is doing the same to you. Without even you realizing, they are observing everything about you. And that is why this discovery call is so important, because in that moment, they are instantly connecting to who you are, how your voice sounds, how quiet you can be. Are you pushy? Are you being judged? Everything comes out. So they are observing you very intently. So this discovery session, whatever you spend, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, what is the maximum time you have spent on a discovery call? Anybody, I invite you. Can you share? The maximum time that you have spent on a discovery call. If anybody wishes to type in, and Suneeta, if you could just read out if anyone has typed.
Yeah. 45 minutes, 75 minutes, 60 minutes.
All right. What is the shortest?
30.
Shortest is 30?
Yes.
Oh. All right. My
Yes.
shortest discovery call that I had was 5 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes. Because whatever the client had to discover, probably about me, they had discovered. And the interesting part was they had already come with the thought that I want to partner with this person. All right. So that conversation was 5 minutes. While I was like, you say, okay, anything more you want to know, you want to ask, but the client has taken. Many clients will do that. They will not even give you a chance. I want to straight away. Maybe because one of their friends has already availed a program or a session and they're very convinced with the conversation that followed. Many a times that happens. And the longest discovery call was 120 minutes, where the client was in a state of emotional dump, and all one could possibly do was hear, hear, and hear, and hear as much as possible. Is this a benchmark? Is this according to ICF? ICF says you're holding a space. When the human being has walked it into a space, you have no idea what is going to happen. Truly, you do not know. And if they have placed the faith and if they're saying something, then probably once listening could give them. After that, the client will remain within 45 minutes, 60 minutes. But the first outpour is like an ocean. That happens. Many a times it can happen. Now, the next thing is, as you know what a discovery call is, now for every slide, I have also put up a question. Okay? The first secret that I would like to share from all my notes is that you create presence and trust. Now, when it comes to your presence, how do you think you create it? What exactly do you do in terms of creating presence? If you have a word for it, if there's something you would like to describe, please again share it. How do you create your presence in a discovery call? This is the first time that somebody has reached out to you. Any thoughts you can share, whatever is coming to your mind. How do you create presence and trust? Suneeta, anything? Any shares?
Yeah. Make them feel seen and heard. Listen
Mm-hmm.
with deep concern and be there for them.
Mm-hmm.
A beingness that allows for the client's beingness.
Mm-hmm.
Assure them of safety and non-judgment.
Very nice.
With an acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm. All
Being
right.
curious and non-judgmental and make it all about them.
Yes. Very nice.
Unbiased, safe space.
Unbiased, safe space. Very nice. Now, the thing is, when we look at our ICF competencies, it's about demonstrating that, right? You have to demonstrate, no? You have to show it. How you demonstrate is again something that you keep thinking that how do I demonstrate trust? How do I demonstrate that safety? Now, three words over here that I picked up is safe. Safe, of course, they have to feel safe. Now, how the client will feel safe is something only the client can tell. How can I make you feel safe in this call? Is something only the client will tell. Client may say, I would like to remain off camera. You are only having access to an audio. Is it okay if I send whatever I'm going through typed to you before we get on a call? That also could be one thing. uh, then of course, your standard protocol about whether you're recording it or whether you're making notes, you're keeping any kind of records, is your AI on the Zoom, or anything and everything. That safety is important. And of course, when we say that you're in a safe space, that is just the foundation. But how you make them feel safe is something you ask them, and what else you can do to make them feel safe. You are attentive. As coaches, we all have attentiveness in us. We are very attentive. They should realize that attentiveness that you are, because they will experience that maybe for the very first time, that nobody is trying to fix them up, nobody is trying to rush them, nobody is trying to load them with questions. So they are just watching how attentive you are, and you also are demonstrating it by remaining physically, if they are looking at you, or if it's an audio, you remain in that quiet state, you continuously listening and not appearing distracted with anything. One of the biggest distractions is the clock, apart from anything. Okay? So being attentive and of course non-judgmental, we all know that no matter what they are sharing, we hold on to our words before we say, and we are listening to whatever they have to share without giving any statements during that time. Simple as that. So now, this question, the first question, before we begin, is there anything you would like me to know about what brought you here? You can also frame it simply. You must have thought before reaching out to me, I would like to know what was going on in your mind then. Very simple thing. Many clients will share a lot, and then when you ask this question, how would you like to move forward? They don't have an answer. They don't know what to say at times. So remind them why they reached out to you in the first place. You can ask this in the beginning, you can ask this towards the end. The chances of conversion of your call into partnership is the highest when you remind the client that why they reached out to you in the first place. That is the toughest journey, in fact, of the client. Toughest journey from months and years of what they have been going through, or maybe even experiencing very different modalities. They could have tried so many things, so many things. And then they finally have decided to reach out to you. So, what gave them the courage? If you remind them of that courage, trust me, they will get the courage to move ahead too. A simple thing. Is there anything about that what you would like me to know? Is it that important that I should be knowing what brought you here? You come on the same page in that moment. So creating presence and trust, and a very simple question to begin it. Now the second secret is to lead with curiosity. Being curious is again a part of the competency. You'll see it in the markers. The thing is, when the client is sharing, open small questions that you will ask them that invites the client to discover insight, makes them believe in their own ownership and empowerment. There will be a very strong urge. Just remember, we have all come from absolutely different frameworks, whether we have been leaders in our own space or even, you know, executives, officers, managers. We have been taught right from the time we were little to fix things up. Okay, we have been taught that way. It's into our DNA now, that we want to fix ourselves, we want to fix the person in front of us. That urge to fix and advise early on is something that you have to literally chain up within you, in the discovery call. You literally have to chain it up. You have to be very wary that I am not going to say anything that the client feels is just the solution, or anything, just no fixing up. So for that, The question that is very simply put, can you tell me where you are now in the journey or situation? No going behind, no going ahead, here. Right now, where are you? This is a very curious moment. As a coach, you're curious. You have no idea who this person is. You don't know anything about this person. And for the client is also a wake up moment to know, okay, finally, where am I? And why am I here to begin with? Talking to this person who comes across as a stranger. I may have accessed the website, the profile, and all, but I'm talking to this person. This person is listening to me. An absolute stranger is listening to me. So, where are you now is going to bring about curiosity at both ends, and it's a good place to start. So, lead with curiosity. This is the second secret. Now, the third is silence. I think as coaches, we all know that silence is a powerful tool. When I said that my longest discovery call was 120 minutes, I spoke around 25 words in that call. Hello, may I know whom am I talking to? Yes, what is it that you would like to share? And that was the end of it. I was silent for those remaining 118 minutes, which seemed to be longest because, I am a doctor by profession. I am a scribbler of things. I advise. But this was very early in my coaching career, and silence was a game changer. And that was the time I realized that while silence is a competency, silence is one of the tools of evoking awareness in the client. Silence is also a very, very powerful tool in discovery calls. Keep quiet. If they are talking and you get to pause, strategically in the conversation, the clients are getting used to something very uncomfortable. They are not used to that silence. They really don't know. You will have them staring over you at the screen that is my voice going through? Is something wrong with the Zoom connection? Why is this person not speaking? It's fine. If they're experiencing the discomfort, few moments later they will realize that this person is actually deliberately keeping quiet, and then it will prompt them to think more deeply. And as minutes pass and they ease into the coaching conversation, and when you are quiet, this becomes a tool from discomfort to a strength that you are leveraging now. And they love that silence because all this while they have been used to an answer that came immediately after the problem was posed. And when they experience the silence, they feel it, wow, this is something really interesting. This person is not saying anything to me. Is there any question to this? Nothing, because it's silent. Just keep quiet. Simple as that. This is the third, but I see it as a potentially very powerful thing. Now, the fourth one is mirroring the language and energy of the client. The more you match the energy of the client, because you are a coach, you may be very, very excited. When 15-20 minutes down the line, you may be knowing that, oh my God, this is a good client. I can really help. There's so much chatter that might be going on in your mind. I have these programs. What should I price? What should I say? Should I give them this program? Should I tell them about my sessions? Everything is going on. You will, if you do that, or if you're caught up in your own chat in your mind, if you're losing your attention here and there, then you will no longer match the energy of the client. So keep devoted, totally, keep yourself devoted totally to the client by just observing them with curiosity and see how their tone is, their pace is. The words that you offer should have rapport, resonance. So there is a subconscious alignment that begins to happen. They feel, the trust at a subconscious level. That this coach is not saying anything. You see them go down, you sense it. You see their excitement, you mirror it back to them. You were so, when the conversation started, I could sense the dullness in your voice, but now I can see there is something making you happy. What is happening right now? So I sense excitement or sadness as you say this. What's happening? As simple as that. If we have to put it in words, So you are mirroring everything that the client is doing so that the client is also seeing themselves through your eyes. That again is a very powerful tool that helps us move through a discovery session. The next after this, use future pacing. The question is, if everything went exactly as you want, what would that look like? So future pacing is a very open ended thing. The client always comes gripped in the demons of the past. We say that coaching is from present to future, but does the client know it? No. The client is come with the past, with a huge heavy weight that they have brought it with them. So if you can vividly, through imagination and emotional experience, what their desired outcome is, this makes them feel the goal tangible. So, what it would look like a future pacing, it's a very simple thing. At the neuroscience level, if you look at it, our present will always remain a prisoner of the past till we release it and hand it over to the future. It's a very simple thought. What if future was deciding the present, not the past? Things look very differently then. That is why future pacing helps the client align with you immediately. So, how would it look like is basically what they want from the session. It's, the goal, or not just the session, what they would like after partnering with you. It's a very broad based thing, but they get a glimpse for the first time of what they want to achieve if they partner with you, if they choose to do that. Now, the biggest challenge that all of us face is, are they committed to going ahead with you? So, here you have to frame that commitment as a choice, not as a push, not as a rush, not as a fix, not as an offer, but as a choice and choice only. It's your decision, it lies with you. So, instead of pushing for the agreement, just invite the client to express their own readiness and motivation. That brings about a follow through, that comes from a space of inspiration and not motivation. Motivation may go down in seconds, but inspiration does not die. So simple as that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed do you feel to making this change? You have come with something, but how committed are you? Let the client listen to their own words, that what am I saying? I have brought the problem, but am I really wanting? Or is it just that I wanted to vent out to someone and I was experimenting right now? If they say, and through the call, if you have been through them and you have been very curious about them, given them space and trust, they will choose to make that commitment. And that choice is important for us if you have to onboard the client. So just frame the commitment as a choice and nothing more than that. Next is the resistance. Strong, powerful resistance. Should I? Why should I? Is this even making sense? Is this important? Acknowledge their doubts and fears again without judgment. It's not about us as coaches, it is nothing about us, it's all about them. Tune that it is about them. It's a client centric process. What are your fears? You have to bring about that normalization of resistance so that they feel safe to explore rather than shut down. And a question is very simple. When you think about this change, what doubts or fears are coming up in your mind? What's happening now? You said you are committed, maybe 8 on 10. But what are you fearing? Because it's normal and natural to feel scared when you think about change. Comfort zones are safe spaces. Would be going through a lot, but you still choose to be there because it's a known demon to you after all. You know how to live with it. Change, we don't know what it will entail. So, that resistance, you have to normalize it. Yes, it's quite possible you're feeling this way. I understand it. I hear it. I can see that. Let them say about it what they are feeling. And now comes that when you're closing, close with clear next steps. Help the clients to identify simple, actionable steps that are, first of all, manageable, reinforcing agency and momentum after that session. How would you like to connect? What would make it comfortable for you to connect? So the clients have, so how many sessions do you think it would take me? Right now, I cannot commit on that. You're never over promising about outcomes. We have to explore and let's see how it is. What would be manageable for you? What is workable for you? Someone may say, I can connect once a week. Some say, the way I'm pressed for time, maybe half an hour in a week. Will that work for you? So, does that help you connecting to me half an hour? I think so. Let's give it a try. Sometimes I'm unpredictable with my time zones. Does that suit you? You have to ask as a coach, are you willing for that? Are you willing to bend your own time? I will be available only post 11 p.m. after my baby goes to sleep and everything is settled. Are you okay to connect then? Now, there are steps you have to hear out. Whether or not they will choose that or finally come to your timeline that no, I'm available during this hours only. But first, hear them out. What is manageable for them? Once you hear them and you're willing to meet them there, they will also take two steps. And I see that, okay. And what about you, coach? What about you? Okay, I work for this hours. Okay, let's see and try to work out. But the first thing about time, about their space, should come from their end. Give them that safety and comfort. And that will also set the momentum. So, a simple thing, thank you for sharing so openly. I look forward to supporting. What we say is that you're going to support, you're going to partner, you're going to match the steps. Like how coach says, it's like dancing with the client, you're matching the steps. They are leading it. So, these small things matter a lot in your conversion into your, whether they want to sign up for your program or sessions, is that how willing you are to match up with their time, of course, money. Money is a big thing. Whatever you're quoting, the price, they will determine whether they want to pay it and how they want to pay it. So, all these things you have to first invite them to share and then accordingly plan out that how you want to now put forward your positioning of the program. So, now the most important thing is that every discovery call, like I said before, it holds a potential to ignite clarity and inspire commitment and lay foundation for transformative growth. We often say that, we don't know whether the client is getting transformed, even though the markers mention that word. Maybe it's just a change, but eventually, small little changes is what transforms. So that space is very sacred. You are an ambassador to what coaching stands for. If you're an ICF coach, you're an ambassador to International Coaching Federation. You're an ambassador to entire coaching as a modality for, growth. All these things you're representing in those 30, 45, 60 minutes of a conversation. So every time you're doing that, you are becoming that person. It's not the safe space that you will create. You are the safe space. You become that safe space. And that beautiful minutes that they have an option to know what coaching is, trust me, it is going to go through many, many years. And when I say years, it is not years in time, it is going to go to many years as in listening. They will go and tell 10 people, I experienced something, it's called coaching. So this person did this person didn't do this. You have represented entire coaching in those 60 minutes. How precious, how powerful that space is. That is called a discovery call. Never ever underestimate and never go unprepared. Make sure you're hydrated, make sure you're rested, make sure you're well fed, you're wide awake when you go in. Because only then you will show up as 100% human to a human who was less than 100% at that time and who has come looking for something. So, this is important that we keep in mind that every call has a lot of potential. And the true power, it lies not what you say, but on how deeply you listen, how courageously you guide and carry the wisdom with confidence. And I just hope that all the secrets and skills that you have gained today empower you to create a connection, ignite commitment, and inspire transformation in every client that you serve from now on. So, this is all from my end. Short, sweet, simple. And I am Dr. Simmi Roy Mishra. I'm a doctor, I'm a public health specialist, and I'm a PCCICF coach. So now, share your thoughts, share your questions. I'm all ears.
What we will do is, if you are not okay to ask your questions by audio, you can type them in the chat box. And I'll request those of you who are willing to speak and ask a question to raise your hands. Question or maybe even share your thoughts. I'm mind blown. Still processing whatever Simi has shared and the wealth of experience that she's had. 5,000 discovery calls. Wow. I'm just amazed that she's put all of that learning into a few slides and shared it with us.
You know,
Very valuable.
The most interesting part was more than 50% are doctors whom I have spoken to. Doctors, and I'm one, let me openly say this. We have read so much about psychiatry, about neuroscience, that we have this belief, a strong belief that mujhe pata hai, I know it. I'll tell you which neurotransmitter is working out there. I'll tell you what is happening at the neuroplasticity level. And yet, when the doctors came in, I saw the human beings that they are. And that was something, it was an eye opener by all means. So, yes, Sarabjot, you have raised your hand. Tell me.
Thank you, Simmi. You made it sound so simple, the discovery. Thank you for sharing your secrets. The question that was coming to me was that what have been some of your challenges
Yeah.
during the sessions while you're conducting such discovery calls?
Biggest challenge was the first challenge that still overwhelms me. The higher you increase in your level of listening, the more people speak. Keeping yourself grounded in continuous attention over the long, long sentences or the situations they're going in is a huge challenge. I navigate through it by doing PQ reps during that. I do body scan. I do the touch technique. I sip a lot of water. I keep water next to me. I have also kept peanuts because sometimes I get hungry. Active listening is an energy consuming activity, by the way. If you are not getting distracted by anything happening and you're actually tuned into that listening, it tires you off. So that is one major challenge. Second open challenge is the resistance of individual to pay the kind of money for coaching. They can't figure it out. They cannot. They are very they're very conscious that, see, I'm not talking about lakhs of rupees. If you say that even the session is 3,000, the 3,000 could mean a lot. Sunne ke 3,000. Because coaching, you go about saying it that, I won't be giving you any advice. You will get. Many people are not understanding that. Okay, fine. Some of the best doctors, this is a price of a surgery. This whole program is price of a surgery according to the health schemes that are going on in the country. What is happening. So how to navigate through that? Breaking it to installments. Okay, asking what that helps, making a basket of programs. So if the client has some resistance, why don't you join a workshop? So I have workshops every alternate month. Sometimes uh, like this year I had around 6 workshops. In workshops, I invite them so that they understand coaching better, because there are lots of questions, reflective exercises, different kinds of things. So they get more curious, and if they benefit from 7 days of workshop, they are more than willing. And the workshops at a very fractional cost, so they experience. Other thing is asking them, how would you, want to, pay in installments. The other thing is that I share articles where, I had compared the expenditure of a bridal makeup in a metro to the coaching program. Or, I mean, my hair is very undone, you can see it's not even shampooed today, but how people blow up money on doing their hair. Like, I'm a woman, I have seen, how people, or men, when I see, I always comment, my husband will not think twice before spending on shoes or maybe his tracks. You do that for your external self, your mind, this is your mind. So I do share some articles. I also invite them कि मेकअप पे इतना खर्चा है, तो मेड अप पे कितना होना चाहिए, what are you made up of. So inviting these thought processes, that is one resistance. One resistance, since I coach a lot of women clients, is the time. Huge. Discovery calls go well, but time ही नहीं है. So I am very flexible, Sarabjot. I function 24 into 7. I meet the client. I'm free at 12 a.m. When my baby goes to sleep, I'll wait for you. We'll talk at 12 a.m. Can you wake up at 3 a.m.? I'll wake up. I have, at least in the first 500 hours, I went all lengths because it was my journey as well as a coach. So I don't have that, I work only this much. And coaches means having this thing. I'm a doctor. I have worked anyway a lot, 24 hours also, 48 hours, 72 hours also. Why not as a coach? Yes, now, if you ask me, today I didn't take a single session, nothing. I was today just preparing for a masterclass. I have one client who wants to talk to me. Today I took a break, but there are days when I have worked for 14 hours also, over, 6, 7 sessions. So being flexible, but meeting the client. I will meet the client. Another challenge that really comes up, is them understanding what the process is. So you really have to make simple as simple. I have written articles using metaphors. I write them. I share those articles. Understand what coaching is, because they don't know. There is a lot of resistance even now. When I have not been able to explain to my parents, what do I expect? So so it's fine. I go to that level. Like, how can I explain to my ma about it? How can I explain to my daughter about it? How can I explain to anybody, someone who's highly educated? What is this coaching? At every level, create articles. Key, everyone understands it. So that is one resistance. And other resistance is being in love with coaching all the time. That is something you truly have to love it and enjoy it to show up as that person every single day. That is a challenge. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks, Sarojot. Yes, Ankur.
Hi, Dr. Simmi. I'm sorry I can't come on camera. I'm driving at the moment. I Thanks a lot for the session. It's really, really insightful for me. I'm quite new in this journey. Just
Yes.
started this June. My training has just got over at this point. So I'm the 100 hours at this point. Uh, One thing I keep getting as an issue is people come up with saying that I want an answer. Or give me an
Mm-hmm.
answer to all these things. How do I take them towards the coaching side of a discussion where it's more of they self-discovery rather than me telling them what to do? So one or two people have come back to me saying, you're not giving me answers, it doesn't make sense. But others have also come back to explore the coaching session that they have continued with the sessions at this point. But I'm not able to figure that balance. How do I convince them? I would love to hear from your experience at this point in time, Dr.
Yes.
Simi.
Yes, Ankur. Drive safely, first of all, and congratulations on completing 100 hours. That's really nice. When
Sorry,
you
I haven't
plan,
completed 100 yet. I've just completed my training at this point. So I'm still way,
oh,
way
okay,
far.
you're on the way ahead.
I'm on the way. Yeah.
All right, you'll get there. So the thing is, most of the people who say that I want the answers, they're looking for quick fixes. Okay. Uh, Discovery also means knowing whether you're aligned to the coaching or not. if you feel that this client is not aligned and is actually looking for the fixes, maybe coaching is not meant for this person. Uh, that
Okay,
also
but
is,
most of them
yeah.
will not understand what coaching is. That's coming across.
Yeah, so if they are not coming, if they say that they are not understanding what coaching is and why, this is not happening, you can also invite them to say there is something known as solution based coaching, Ankur. Okay, in solution based coaching, you're pacing the client to know what is the best possible answer. So you are not giving me an answer. What is the answer that you are looking for? Right? Something like, should I change my job or not? Okay, could be one thing. I need an answer whether I should change my job, or it could be anything. So ask them what the question is. If they're able to frame that question, so there is a stated outcome and a real outcome. So their stated outcome is usually the problem they come with, that question they come with. So if you want the answer, what you would like, as an answer, what do you think could constitute as an answer? They will say some things that time. Or maybe they are just waiting to hear your perspective, your insight, isn't it?
Yep, got it. Got it.
So if you invite them to think and what answer is, so if they are able to say ki, no, this could be a possible answer, or if they still insist, no, we want the answer from you only, you tell them, we will find an answer together. There is no doubt about it. We will be able to do it, but let's explore it. And then when you're taking them to the exploration of awareness, you understand their understanding of the situation together. Somewhere, those resistance that they're having within themselves breaks.
Got it.
So,
Got it.
okay, so it is not only about the client having patience with you, it is also whether you have the patience with the client and with yourself through this.
Got that. Got that. Thank you, Dr. Simmi. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Sukanya?
First of all, thank you, Simmi, for letting us into the eight secrets. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering because I've just started my training with Guiding Light Level 1. And so a lot of my questions stem from the fact that I'm thinking of situations and navigating them as a new coach.
Mhm.
And as I was listening to you, of course, you have a ton of experience with discovery calls and with handling clients. But from the perspective of someone like me, as much as I appreciate what's working and to get to know about it, could you also maybe talk a little bit more about what doesn't work, even if you're following those eight
Yes.
secrets, and
Yes.
and also the other probably related to it is that my understanding, with my limited understanding and experience, I I think that that attunement that
Mhm.
we essentially want to get to in a discovery call or in a coaching session, there has to be some element that both parties bring into it for it to really be a successful one for the client. And maybe as a coach, we feel that yes, we were able to achieve whatever we went in with, and how our mindset is, we could demonstrate that. But I'm just wondering that it may not so happen all the time. Sometimes our questions don't even land. The person might not have the same sort of mind frame or understanding. They don't understand. So I'd like to understand more about, even if we're demonstrating what we know and that has been successful, what are the pitfalls?
See, pitfalls are plenty to begin with. There are things that the clients get put off with, absolutely put off with. The first thing is if you are speaking too much about yourself, it's a big no-no. As simple as you can be. In the process of becoming a coach, it's not that you go up, 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 so up that now you can no longer see down. It's a process. It might be a very, kind of modality, but at the end of the day, it is meeting the client where they are. So you might actually have to come very down from where you have come. With all those competencies and skills, you have to come. So talking too much about yourself or trying to bring what credentials mean, what your coaching hours mean, what this whole process is all about. Coaching is actually not something that you can explain, it is something to be experienced. No matter how much I tell you, Sukanya, now, outside it is so beautiful. It is the way the sun is, the shade of orange. You'll have to stand with me and look at it. So this is something discovered. So if you spend too much time explaining, it falls flat about coaching. Maybe, yes, even, giving a statement like this, that I will not give you advice. They will not. Why you have to say to begin with? You go with the thing that it is something, it's a safe space. You share what is it that you would like, if you go with the questions, what a future pacing, what would you like to achieve, and I'll partner with you. So will you give me instructions? Are you going to tell me exactly what to do? If they come up with that question, yes, no, that won't happen. But what is going to happen? Why don't you come in a coaching session and see what the session is like? Invite them into one session, let them experience. Because outside a discovery call, when they come with their stated problem and when you're doing it, they will experience what truly coaching is. And for you to become that coach who can demonstrate this, that itself requires practice. So you should be focusing on your coaching mindset and your hours to become, otherwise you will be equally confused. It takes 2 minutes for the client to understand that this person is not sure about what is happening out there. Are you convinced about coaching? Ask yourself that question every day in the mirror. Am I convinced about coaching as a process? Every coach who's struggling to tell the client what coaching is now is struggling. Am I that person? Absolutely. At times, even I am that person. I said I can't explain it to my father. The day I can explain it to them, I will realize that. So that is one thing. Second, now don't promise outcomes. Never promise outcomes. It's a big no-no. It's a very scary space to be. Yeah, you will get through this promotion. What is this manager's problem? I will handle. No, you don't know what it is. Because remember one thing, the stated problem is never the real problem. Okay? Like what Srikandan always says, they'll tell you stories. They'll tell you lots of stories. Okay? So we don't know which story is true. There will be one story which is definitely true, but we don't know whether we have heard it or not. So that is one place which gets very challenging. So do not promise outcomes. And at no time, bring that fixing up. In that processing which happens in a coach, that is very, very difficult space to be again. So if you just remain with basic things like listening, giving them safety, and partnering with them at every step, that what they want to figure out, eventually they will move into it. It's very nice, that after a couple of sessions, how coaching starts moving, because by then they are tuned, you are also tuned, and then it happens very smoothly. But initial couple of sessions, let it ease out. Okay.
Thank you.
There are a few
Dr.
things.
Simmi, sorry, there are a few questions on the chat. So before
Yeah.
we take the next raised hand, I'd like to ask those questions.
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to tell one thing, Sukanya. As a when the mail goes, with the recording, I'll be sending a elaborate note on some of the challenges of a discovery call. I purposely did not put it in the session today because it becomes too much, and I didn't want you to go through it this way. I will send those notes so that you can DM me or mail me, and we can have a discussion about what those big challenges are. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes.
Simmi. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a comment and a question from Ravi. I know this was about what to do in discovery call, and it was very insightful. But I'm curious to know how you managed to get 5,000 discovery calls without
Yes.
any marketing support. This could be
Yes.
another session.
All right, all right. No, I'll tell you straight away. It's I'll it is a very simple thing. You have your experience in whatever field you have done, whatever work you have done so far, okay? Leverage that to get your initial clients. Put yourself out there vulnerably that I have learned a new competency skill, and would you like to come and experience what this life coaching is all about? It's a modality that the world is talking. Would you like? For every person who connects with you, tell them that share your experience with people around you, and that is how the word spreads from 1 to 5, 5 to 25, and then it has spiraled into those numbers. I have worked in so many institutes, organization. I told everyone from the topmost to the janitor that this is what it is. This is what I've learned. And you're curious, you come. Anything, any problem you have, nahi, problem bhi nahi hai. You want to know about what coaching is, anything that you have gone through, you would like to share, and build yourself as that person who is that safe space where people come and talk to you. They just come and talk to you. And trust me, you can become that person. What you carry in your energy as a coach, you're standing looking at, something in the mall and someone just comes and starts talking to you. That happens eventually. Actually happens. Trust me, and you will face it the more you work on your listening and how your body language is. So that is how those 5,000 calls came. Every article that I write on LinkedIn, which is based on coaching, there are multiple articles I write. So many DMs pour in after every article that I got very curious. There is something I wish to talk about. I don't know whether I'll sign up for your program, but are you willing? I don't say no. So those DMs are open. There are many WhatsApp groups, of which I am a part of. There are numerous forums that I am a part of. I write a lot about coaching. I write every day about coaching in one way or the other. When there are discussions happening around people, who are having problems, I show them that coaching is a modality. Sit with me for 30 minutes. You have to put your soul out there. That is how you get those calls. Yeah. What
Have
else?
to put your soul out there.
Yeah.
Sameer is asking a question. There are clients who are price sensitive. Also, they are unaware about what they're getting into and whether it would be worth the investment. So,
Hmm.
how do we fix a price? Should we be flexible to match the client's expectation, or do we maintain our price level?
Samirji, it is more advisable that you keep a basket of programs from, various price ranges. Okay, when you're having the conversation with the client during the discovery, you also come to know their willingness. When I said, that how committed they are to it, so committed to it comes in ways that you spoke that you want to be out of the situation, so how committed you are. Then the question comes that, okay, now, I don't know how much it is going to cost me. I heard that coaching is very expensive. It's an open-ended word. Who knows what expensive means to anyone? Nobody knows that. किसी के लिए 1,000 is expensive. For some people, 1 lakh is also not expensive. So you know what value you're putting in that 45 minutes or 60 minutes of coaching, what experience you're bringing in, what kind of time and space you are providing. There is a minimum from where you have to start. So you ask yourself what that minimum is. Nobody can decide it for you. कि मेरे 1 घंटे की क्या कीमत है, or with that accordingly create few programs. When you're telling the client, give them the basket of few programs, that this is there what you would like I always tell them, I have a 4-week program, I have 6, I have a 3-month also. This is the pricing. I feel that, the way you have come with multiple things, we should be together for at least 2 to 3 months. What is your take on it? Be honest about it. Client says, oh, this is so expensive for me. I don't think so. I can do it. It's okay. You would like to opt for 4 weeks because there is something for them. Then that is the place where the workshops come. If you really want to know, how it will help you out, why don't you attend one of my workshops? You keep ranges. That is one thing. You can also offer installment, for them, that you don't have to pay everything upfront. Take your pick. How would you like to pay? So I have had clients who have paid me over 6 months also. It's fine. It's okay. It's again meeting the client, and ultimately that client is going to convert and bring more clients to you. Every testimonial is your marketing. Every client is your ambassador. So what went well for them will go well for others, and they'll bring in. And yes, this is pretty much about how the pricing works. Somebody, are the workshops chargeable, right? Somebody put up follow questions. Yes, Kriti, workshops are chargeable, but they're very fractional charges, very fractional, small pricing.
Gagandeep is asking, ma'am, what is the aha moment in your life? Also, I want to know how you manage time. Thank you so much for all insights.
Thank you so much. I manage time. I don't wear a watch. That is how I manage time. I don't wear a watch. I wore a watch for very very long time. As a doctor, I thought the watch wore me instead. So I don't manage time. I manage my energy, and I do my meditation. I do my exercise. I do things which I love doing. That is non-negotiable. I also keep time before and after sessions. That is very important. Uh, I limit my energy expense. You'll not find me with too many things. I'll limit the interactions if needed. And yeah, that's how it works. That's it.
You. Kriti is asking, could you talk about passive coaching versus active coaching?
Passive coaching versus active coaching, no. Sorry, passive coaching. Workshop is a lot of passive coaching. Okay, because you are putting reflective prompts, questions, not directly interacting with the client, or maybe it could be art, it could be poetry, all that is happening. A lot of your articles also do passive coaching. When you write post with reflective questions, that also coaches a lot of people without them knowing about it. And then they open up to active coaching because they feel that these reflective questions made me think so much, or this made me see it in a different perspective. So then they come to active coaching. So it is a good tool actually. Anything else left?
No more questions. There's thanks and yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
I know, by the way, lovely session. Really
Thank
liked it.
you.
So I know you mentioned about this earlier in this, somebody had asked about it. So, like, basically, I'm based in London, and I just completed a course from here, from of a life coaching course, and I am affiliated or accredited with Association for Coaching,
Okay.
like the ICF. So it's similar competencies. So in that, we very strongly say contracting. So, like, we say what to expect, what basically we are telling what to expect from a session. So, in that, like you said, don't, I mean, it's a that puts the client off when you say, I don't give you advice or I don't give you suggestions. But don't we have to be clear about it? Like, how do we manage that? Because we
Right.
will ultimately not be giving advice or suggestions, right?
Discovery call, no? Like I said, it has taken the client a lot to come up till here.
Hmm.
Okay. It's like I'll tell you, in the medical way, when the patient comes, I will secure, if the patient is in a bad state, I'll secure airway, breathing, and circulation to begin with. I will start an IV line, right?
Mhm.
What all I'm going to do and not do is going to be shared, of course, because it has to be consented and everything and signed upon, just like our agreement is.
Mhm.
In the discovery session, you give the space to the client. That is important. Yes, of course, when you're contracting and when, like how Ankur said that about the thing, if it is not matching, let the client fall off. You will say this ultimately because when you say, okay, maybe in the first session, you didn't tell me anything what to do. And you say, as per coaching and what we have discussed, even when you're signing the contract, that I will not be giving you advice and we will stick to it. If this is not okay with you, we have to take a call on what happens next. Do we go ahead with it or not? Maybe you need a consultant instead or a mentor. But that is the time. But to begin with, what happens is that clients also ease out, they also open up. That space, if you can hold now in the beginning, it really makes a lot of difference. I say this because this resistance is huge. That how can I find out answers? I have been with myself all my life. Now, what are you going to do to help me find? It's something very, very difficult to explain. That you navigate by creating the space for them. You can take 2 discovery calls also. What happens?
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more question from Kriti.
Yeah.
Dr. Simmi, how to deal with imposter syndrome and fear of being seen, like making videos for online posts for passive coaching.
All right. See, imposter syndrome. Now, this imposter syndrome always comes when you are really not sure about yourself. So, get a coach to begin with. You find a coach. There are no two ways about it. Coach Srikandan had told, 3 years back, that number of coaches he has for different things. And I was really, really thinking, wow, even he needs one. So in today's time, I have coach. I have taken couple of supervision sessions with him. Now I have not taken supervision for quite some time. I have taken coaching sessions. We are blessed. There are so many coaches around you, right? There's always someone to talk to and express. If you're feeling that you can't make videos, a coaching session will help you to discover what it is. What is, and to begin with, is it even important? What role? I have so many workshops, no videos, only audios. They were as impactful. Some were only with reflective questions, equally impactful. We think that it is going to, make an impact, or people are going to see you, understand. It is all about yourself. You are battling something within you. So you need a coach first to understand. Then you can project it to how it is impacting your business and whether it should be used for passive coaching also. So I hope that helps. And if not, I'll invite you. Please have a conversation with me and we can see how we can partner for this.
What really got my attention was the silence. And yeah, it's something that comes naturally also to me. And yeah, so much more, just asking them that second question that you shared, right? Can you tell me about where you are now in your journey or situation?
Yes.
Not about the past, not about the future, but just where are they now?
Yeah.
Very focused, simple question. Wonderful secrets. Thank you so much, Dr. Simmi.
Thanks, Suneeta, for holding this space and bringing your grace in this session today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for everyone for joining and staying on, although it's been a little over time. I'm sure you all have found these secrets that Dr. Simmi shared valuable, and reach out if you all have any questions.
Yes. Anybody has any questions? The session has ended. You can message me on WhatsApp. We can connect for a one-on-one session if you have questions, if you have doubts, anything else you would like to know. I'm there to help you out in this journey. The world needs coaches. Become one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Bye bye.